right, guys, this is Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Wednesday, September 28, 2017, or sorry, the 27th. Let's take a look at what's going on pre-market. Up slightly, 0.24 on NASDAQ, 0.19 on SPY, Russell 0.34, and VIX is down. So that's leading to a decent open. If we look at yesterday, basically continuation of the theme from the previous day, where the leaders, at least, were the same things that haven't been really leading throughout the year. That's retail, gambling, grocery stores, some of the trucking, transports, that type of stuff. So that still led yesterday, and we're watching financials and now construction as well. Still have no positions. Today is the big tax talk. So we're going to wait and see. I don't really foresee anything major happening, but with the market being shaky, best to let that get out of the way and maybe start to look for a potential entry with no positions right now towards the end of the week. And if we look at SPY here, and I'm going to be really patient, if I don't see anything tomorrow, day after, I'll still wait for a good time to enter. Remember, cyclically, September, early October tends to be not the best time for trading. Every year is different, but year in, year out, this is what you usually see. And as we get into earnings season in October, the final earnings season of the year, that's when we start to make the push towards the end of the year. So that's when we probably want to get more aggressive in the next couple of weeks. One, we'll have specific earnings setups, and then that might lead to a market trend as well. So looking back at SPY, now there was an attempted bounce early in the day that really didn't continue much. Some stocks held up all right. A lot just kind of stayed around break even, and some were in the red. So not the broad-based kind of bounce reaction to the previous day that we'd want to see to be able to say, all right, it's over. So if we look at SPY here, we did hold the hammer, but essentially break even, and we would like to see continuation. IWM continuing the theme of kind of leading, even though it's only 0.08. Overall, much better candle. And then the Qs with the attempted bounce up 0.25%, but not near where we'd like to have seen it close, although we are popping a little bit this morning. And where I'll feel more comfortable with the Qs and potentially getting back into big tech would be right in here. So if the Qs can bounce to, say, 144.50, then we say, okay, let's take a shot at some big tech. Otherwise, we're going to focus on those other areas that we've talked about. Nothing really significant yesterday other than win here for us, getting back up over the 9. This one practically completely thwarting the down move, especially with today's open. So we're going to watch win closely. And surprisingly, not Facebook, but Netflix put in a really nice hammer candle. So Facebook, nothing to do. It's barely bounced off the big ugly candle from the day before. But Netflix here, putting in this hammer right at the key moving average. So much like Facebook, it's barely even dipped into this candle, but it's holding that moving average, and it's put in a really nice hammer here. During some periods I would have taken it. I didn't here because of what we talked about today with kind of a news event. I want to wait and see, get that out of the way, so I didn't take it. And I want to see some continuation here. So where I'll feel really comfortable is if we bounce up here, and especially if we get up over the 9. If we get up over that level, we could get back into Netflix. You can see what was green yesterday from a lot of the stocks we're watching, but nothing really all that significant here. Now, let's look at some areas here. Now, I did talk about trying to get value and entering maybe oil and gold on dips, and I did like the way oil pulled back and still held yesterday. But the reason I didn't go for value here was because I know oil inventories are today, and sometimes you get odd reactions from oil inventories. That's an hour after the open today, which is great for day trading for those of you who are day trading as well. But overall, I still really like oil. I like to see some consolidation here, but I do want to get in at some point. And we're watching those same stocks, the OAS, the OASs, the NEs, the rigs, all still on our list, very high on the list. XLE as well, but I think some of these stocks are actually beating the triple leverage right now, so we could go for those. Gold pulled back yesterday and is now dipping below here. So we're gonna, unless gold recovers here, we're not really gonna pay too much mind with gold. Biotech got hit yesterday, so I was thinking it was showing some strength the day before, but and was almost regretting my exit of LABU, but it did continue down. So we'll keep an eye to see if it ever does recover here. But for now, nothing to do with biotech. Then we have those retails. Guess breaking out over the top of the range. I want to see a little bit of a pullback here. Gap as well looks ready to pull back. Urban also looks ready to pull back. I mean, we need a pullback for Urban to enter, and then DSW. Same thing. Basically, all of these, we want little pullbacks to enter, and we've got the retail ETF as well. So that's what we're watching going into today. Probably not going to enter anything today outside of maybe an potential oil position, or probably my favorite stock right now is WIN. So I'll keep an eye on that. So remember, patience is important during these periods. I'm not going to get too aggressive yet.